Hello and welcome back. I'm Randy Newbert from VoodooFX. Today's video will be going over some of the instructions on the 1989 Batmobile. So let's get started. Okay guys, so we're back here today doing some instruction finalization on the 1989 Batmobile. This is the one that's brought to you recently by Round 2. This is the upgraded version of the original AMT 89 Batmobile. So anyway, so I wanted just to start off with showing a couple of spots that need to be handled when you're actually getting ready to install the lighting system for this model. So first that I'd like to show and foremost is the tail lights right here. They're going to need a little bit of a drill out, about a 3mm overall hole will fit the LED and will actually fit the lens well also. Currently I have them mounted and they're just put in there with a little bit of white glue to hold them in place. Also, another area that needs to be drilled is the center section for the engine feature. The engine feature is basically it's a 5mm or 50/50 RGB controlled LED, and this needs to be opened up so it can come through the backside here and be mounted. Okay, one other area that is also an area that you'll need to fabricate a little bit and do. Since I put the actual, the whole seating area and the main area for the driver, what you'll need to do here is I've opted to go with some fiber optics in here. And these fiber optic lines, they'll come with a small little section of fiber in the kit. And then you'll have to make up your own little cans to hook it up and actually make it, because there is a blinking cycle that goes on this model as well. One is fast, one is slow, and they can be mounted anywhere in the dash. I currently have a couple locations where these are going to be, but this is a thing that you can kind of do wherever you want. Okay, so that said, and again, maybe this gives a little bit better idea of where the engine exhaust needs to be. And I've scuffed this area a little bit here too as well, just so it takes glue well and mounts well. Again, and same with the brake light areas. Those are the two only areas that will be lit. We'll be using a 3mm red diffused in there. Okay, also placement of the circuit board is going to fit somewhere in the back area here, a little bit before the wheels, because there's a lot of open space in here. And this is probably about the best spot to actually mount the circuit board itself. Okay, and then final, in the very front, and you can see here, kind of at this is a hard angle to see, but what I've done is in the kit, it'll come with a couple of milky white diffused material that you will cut to fit in these spaces like I've done here, and this will light up the main front headlight area as well. And again, I haven't decided if I'm going to mount the LEDs and pretty much everything in the top half of the model, or if I'm going to put some of it on the bottom half and some on the top. Again, since I haven't really fit the model completely, I'm at that stage right now where I'm going to start fitting it. So that's another area that I wanted to show. And again, you can kind of see it from this side. It looks pretty good overall. And I think we'll be able to get some really good results out of it as far as the lighting for the front light area for the headlights. And then again, in the cockpit itself, or in the main cab, there you can see it's all prefabricated and pre-built. And it's mounted in place. And again, my fibers are inside on the dash here. They're so small, you can't really see them fully. But I will, you'll be able to see them when I take some good imagery of this thing when it's finished. But that kind of gives you an idea. So those are some of the areas that will need to be modded for the model. And again, I can't stress this enough that this is just a wonderful kit that's brought out to you by AMT in round 2. They've done another wonderful job at redoing this model and coming out with a very nice, high quality kit. So again, these are the basic instructions for the model. Let me give you one quick little look too. And I mean, I won't suggest this for everybody, but in this case, so what I did, and again, I do this a lot when I prototype something. So what I've went ahead and done is I've actually prefabricated all this because I'm going to have to start fitting in the model. But as you can see right here, and I will go ahead and I'm just actually going to grab a little battery and I'll turn it on for you. And that way you can kind of see it in action a little bit. Hopefully this will show up well. But this, we will plug it in. And it's going to take a delay. And then it'll come in with a couple effects. You can probably see them now. There's a green and a white here that go inside the cockpit cab. Here's your yellow front lights that are coming on. And then here's the red for the tail lights are on here, and there's 2 of those as well. And then you can kind of see here, here's the engine feature with the engine flutter. It looks pretty weak in this full light scenario, but so far it's shown really well coming through the thing as far as the effect goes. And then again, I'll show you kind of a little idea of how this, I'm just going to kind of fab it in here a little bit. But that's basically how the front headlights are going to go. And I got one on each side. And then the rear tail lights, if I can sneak one up in there, they're going to look something like that. And they'll be, again, there's 2 of them each side. And then again, the engine feature will be right in the middle. With the cap and a piece of diffusion. So that'll kind of sit right there in the engine feature. And again, it's all automated, so it'll again, it'll have a kind of an engine flaming look to it when it's all said and done. Some of these are for the, again, here's the blinkers. And again, in this case, I just went ahead and I fabricated these little cans. These will be tied to the actual fiber optic. So then they got a little bit of a blinking feature in there, giving a little more automation to the overall effect and the overall look. So anyway, that is about it. I'm going to go ahead and unplug this. And then again, for me, for my own notes, I went ahead and I set down a little, a little list. So I know what the pins are, and they'll be there on the diagram as well. As far as the wiring diagram, I'll have actually a PDF file with the wiring diagram as well. Okay, so I think that's about wraps it up. I'm going to go ahead and kind of put this model back together and start fitting this thing for the lighting. But this is going to be the lighting system for the 1989 Batmobile from round 2. And again, I'll have it out probably within the next, I'm hoping by the end of the month, and maybe hopefully before Christmas. But again, I'm on the mad dash to get her done, so I think we'll be okay and we'll get it done. So anyway, if you haven't subscribed to our videos, please do so at this time. We are now switching to more video instruction for our kits. And we've gone pretty much paperless. All of our instructions from now on will probably be on a PDF file download, so you can get them there. So anyway, I'm going to end that video, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.